Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a Vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenoknxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Rick Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-200-5503 is our telephone number to the Be Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Hope you are having a great morning so far, because I know we are. He's free. Aubrey Solomon is free. Free at last. Aubrey Solomon is ready to go. Tennessee got word yesterday. Austin Price of VolQuest.com broke the news. Got to give Austin Price credit, right?
Amen.
Good morning, Ben McKee. What is up?
Good morning, Jason Swain. I have my my purple Kool-Aid with me today in my beautiful UT Medical Center. I guess that's a weird, funky.
You don't know what it is?
Nah.
See,
it's a water bottle, but it's like a weird bottle.
It's a still water bottle. Just go with that.
Sure. But I got my purple Kool-Aid. That is the important news. And today's a good day. Can't wait to field calls on proclaiming that Tennessee is going to win 9 and 10 football games this year. Excited about that. No, in all seriousness, yesterday was a great day. Aubrey Solomon is free at last. Free at last.
Good news and some bad news yesterday. Bad news was more in-depth information about Bryce Thompson's background. Tennessee's cornerback. Knox News Sentinel went to go look at some things from Bryce Thompson's past. It's a reason why South Carolina did not feel comfortable bringing him in, and now the world knows more details about his restraining order that he had to deal with, and so we'll get to that, and puts Tennessee in a really strange situation. Puts Tennessee fans in a really strange situation, and we understand how important it is for young men to understand how to treat a female, and may not always mean, whether or not you put your hands on one. But Bryce Thompson certainly has a pattern here, according to some reports that we and Tennessee will have to cover, and so we'll do that a little bit later. But again, Aubrey Solomon is free. He will be suiting up for the Tennessee Volunteers this Saturday, and I'm happy for him. I know that it is a huge weight off of his shoulders. But let's go to the phones this morning, 865-250-5503. You should have known with the great news of Aubrey Solomon, Andy was going to be ready to go. Andy is ready to go. Good morning, Andy.
What's up?
What's up?
Well, some good news is coming this weekend to Knoxville. So Lennox Whitehead decides he's going to come to watch Tennessee play Georgia State. And if everybody knows, he's already got 5 crystal ball predictions. So I got a really good feeling. I would love to see him commit on Sunday or Monday after the visit. That would be great. That'd be some more momentum.
Absolutely. Tennessee.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, Tennessee has momentum right now, and
oh yeah,
Whitehead will certainly add to that as you are still pursuing other top players in the country.
But I'm anxious to see who else comes this weekend. I know Keyshawn Lawrence. So I'm excited about that. I think a lot more of our committed players will come, and really excited to meet Keyshawn.
I think
I like Keyshawn.
Andy, I expect the committed players to come on campus this weekend. First game of the season. But for those who are 50%, 75%, for them to come to the Georgia State football game, that should tell you a lot. So, if Whitehead indeed come to Tennessee, that should speak volumes about what he thinks about Tennessee. And as we approach his commitment day, Tennessee should feel good about the chances.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with that many crystal balls, that says a lot. And let me ask you something about Darnell Washington. I had heard about something about possibly that Darnell Washington does not, or I don't know if it's Darnell Washington or Alec Gilbert, does not want to play with each other.
I have not heard that.
I haven't neither. Because I know Tennessee is recruiting Eric Gilbert at wide receiver / probably 2 or 3 other positions because he's just able to, because he was tight end before. Well, he is tight end now. And I know Tennessee's, recruiting him. But he did play running back the other night in the Marietta game against Rome. So I'm like, well, if Tennessee recruits him at wide receiver, then that would make perfect position for Darnell Washington to play tight end.
Andy, them dudes are 6'5" and above.
Yeah, like B.J. Ojulari was playing offensive line. In high school, they were going to play multiple positions all over the field just because they are just freak athletes and better than everybody else on the football field.
I agree 100%. I don't know. That just didn't make sense to me. Because for what I've heard, Niedermeyer's his main recruiter. So I wouldn't see why they would put Niedermeyer on him if they didn't want him. So
they definitely want him. I
don't believe what people says anyway. I just sit back and wait and see what happens and go from there.
Well, Andy, we really appreciate the phone call and yeah, Tennessee certainly wants him, and it's going to be either wide receiver or tight end. I don't see him playing defense. Talking about Eric Gilbert, and then Darnell Washington, I see the same thing with him being an offensive player. So when you are as talented as those two players, you're going to play on both sides of the ball and even on special teams if they need you, because you're just such a more superior athlete than anybody else on the football field. So thanks for the phone call, Andy. Who else we got there?
Titans Bill.
We got Titans Bill?
Wink, 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 wink. Titans-ville, wink, wink.
Oh, Titans Bill, wink, wink, wink. That's his name?
His name is Titans Bill, but I'm winking at you, and my wink, wink is how you wink at people through the radio.
Is it not the real Titans Bill?
It is the real Titans Bill.
The real
wink,
Titans
wink,
Bill.
wink.
Okay. Titans Bill, good morning.
Good morning, my friend Jason Swain.
Man, you sound different, Titans Bill. You got a cold or something?
I'm old, Jason.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry, sir. Respect my elders this morning.
You know, Jason, I've had it up the rear with this NCAA, and I'd like to think a lot of it has to do with your man, Philip Fulmer, on the reason that Aubrey Solomon has not been cleared to play yet.
Yeah. I mean, I hate you feel that way, Titans Bill. That's tough, man. I mean, coaches are working his butt off, working hard as he can. All thing he can do is all he can do.
Well, a man in his position and their position should be able to change and have some influence on the NCAA concerning Aubrey Solomon for this upcoming season. Jason, the football game starts Saturday, and we still know nothing as of now.
I mean, I just don't understand what's taking the NCAA so long, Titans Bill. You are right, man. The game is this weekend. Aubrey Solomon transferred months and months ago. What are we waiting on, Titans Bill? I'm with you, man. I think we should create some signs. I think we should petition. I think we should have a little gathering outside of the NCAA offices, Titans Bill. Are you up for a trip to Indianapolis?
Well, Jason, I would have to charge my roll-around, get-around chair, and I might be able to make the trip up. It'd take me at least 2 weeks to venture that way.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm a little slow.
Titans Bill. Titans Bill-ish. Are you there, Titans Bill-ish?
Yes, Jason.
I want to share something with you. Are you listening, sir?
Yes, sir.
You know what? You might have to save that trip for another time. I don't think we're gonna need to go to Indianapolis because I don't know if you know this or not. Titans Bill doesn't sound like you do at all, but Aubrey Solomon is he's eligible. That was announced yesterday. Titans Bill-ish.
That happened yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. Mm-hmm.
Well, how did that come out?
Well,
on that twatter thing that you guys are so into all the time?
Well, Austin Price, he covers Tennessee football, and he was on the show yesterday. He kind of dropped some hints that Tennessee may get a decision yesterday, and Tennessee got that, and he broke the news. So, yeah, man, he kind of did it on Twitter. I think he probably did it on VolQuest.com too. But yeah, Austin Price broke that yesterday. Titans Bill, what were you doing yesterday?
Well, I was knitting a nice little vest for my orange cat yesterday, and I missed the show. But that's good news. But let me tell you, Swain, I really wish Philip Fulmer would invest the same kind of money into the Checkers program and his time into the Checkers program as he does into the football program. I'm going to hang up this morning and go back and see what Paul Feinbaum has to say on this situation.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right, Titans Bill, wink, wink, Titans Bill-ish this morning. Wow. Wow, that was... Titans Bill sound different, man. He sound different. Think he got a cold? Think it's allergies? You think he got what you have? You haven't been hacking on here last week or so.
I've only sneezed once since last Thursday, and that was during yesterday's show. So I went Friday, Monday, and almost all of Tuesday without sneezing once.
Man, I've been worried about you,
You better
man.
put some respect on my name.
Dude, I've been really worried about you, man.
Just allergies.
I've been worried about you. You've been
Right,
sneezing.
I worry
coughing,
about you too.
On the show, and maybe you.
I'm not being
maybe Titans Bill caught that, and that's why he sounds different today.
I do not cough. I just sneeze and sniffle.
It's so loud, man.
What's crazy is I mute my mic too.
It's so loud. It's so over the top. Oh, chew.
I get it from my mother. Nobody has a more obnoxious sneeze than my mother.
So you gonna throw your mom under the bus this morning?
Yes.
After she had your back
Yes.
last week about those pictures, she didn't release the pictures, and you just throw her under the bus this morning.
Yes.
When you asked
her
her
sneeze is that loud.
When you asked your mom, "You got my back? You got my back?" and she answered your question and said yes, you are going to throw her under the bus this morning?
Yes, because
what
her
kind of
sneeze
son are
is
you,
loud.
man? What kind of son are you? Titans Bill Ish, thanks for the phone call this morning. Thanks for the phone call. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. We will take our first break of the day. Stay with us.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Hey y'all, check it out. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a brand new happy hour special right now that you don't want to miss. Get $2 off of their fantastic barbecue queso appetizer from 2 to 4 p.m. That's queso loaded with your choice of pork, chicken, or brisket and served with Frito scoops. And for the rest of the month, check out their new Pig and Peaches salad for $11. This thing is loaded with salad mix, grape tomatoes, fire-roasted peaches, pickled red onions, pork belly burnt-ends, goat cheese, and topped with a delicious balsamic vinaigrette. Dead End Barbecue. The barbecue surge is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
The year's going by so fast. The good news is it's football season. The bad news is, well, there's a bunch of stuff you still need to do this year, like get a health checkup. I recommend Low T Center. You can get all of your levels checked with a $99 complete health assessment. Low T Center exclusively treats men, and they make it quick and easy. Plus, it's covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388, or you can schedule your appointment online at lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey there, Swain event listeners. It's football time in Tennessee. While you're cheering on the Vols, you might be thinking, I would love to buy a home with a great place to entertain for games. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm tired of hosting all of these people at my house and we don't need all this space anymore. Whatever your plans may be, when you are ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call me, Jennifer Morris, at Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com, and go Vols.
You're listening to the Swain event.
And you know this, man.
Whoa, Buck Bill. I mean, Titans Billish. Wow, what a phone call there this morning.
Glad we could help inform Titans Bill on the Aubrey Solomon news.
Titans nasty. Buck Bill. What a phone call. Man, how big of news is this for Tennessee, Aubrey Solomon? I mean, are we hyping this up, or is it really as big as possibly a win for Tennessee? I mean, Emmett Good went down with the ACL injury a few weeks ago. The defensive line was already a question. How big is this? Are we hyping it up, or is it really, 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 really a big deal?
I think it will get overhyped just because of how the magnitude of how big the news is. Just naturally, I think it will get hyped up maybe a little bit too much, and I do think that there are going to be people that are being serious when predicting Tennessee to win 9 or so games this year.
Oh,
I think that that will happen, and I'm sure that there are some that will think that Tennessee will win 10 games now. But at the end of the day, Aubrey Solomon is one player along the defensive line, and this is probably a question that is better answered in hindsight. Let's see how Aubrey Solomon plays out, but it is huge news. I mean, because Tennessee's defensive line is just in dire needs of people to step up, and Aubrey Solomon isn't head and shoulders better than everybody else along the defensive line, but he's definitely the best of the group. I mean, he stands out amongst everybody. So I don't know that it will result in a win or even 2 wins, but I mean it is absolutely huge news, and I think it's an answer that will be better answered, will be better to answer in hindsight.
I won't go as far to say it's like the difference between going 7-5, 8-4. It could be, like it could be. Any player could make that one play that changes the course of a football game. I mean, Billy Ratliff made one play in 1998 that was the difference between Tennessee not winning a championship, possibly, and winning that game, and winning a championship and winning that game. So
Absolutely.
I'm not going to sit here and say that Aubrey Solomon can't do that, because any player can make that one play. How about block punts that we saw in the 2013 game against Georgia that gave Tennessee a chance to win, or block punt against Georgia again in 2006 where we did put up a 100. That was a great individual effort on behalf of those players who blocked that punt. But I will say, adding another piece on the defensive line, someone that you can trust, someone that has played college football at a very high level. Has Aubrey Solomon played in the SEC? No, he has not. But he's played college football games. Elijah Simmons has not. He is not.
Which is why Elijah Simmons is working with the scout team this week.
Yeah, he is not. Savion Williams, he has not played in this type of game. He played college football as far as JUCO, but not like this. Not even at Aubrey Solomon's level inside of a Power 5 conference. So that's why Jeremy Pruitt and company feel like, hey, we're going to play as many guys as we can and see what happens and see who sticks and who stands out and go from there. But I think this is a huge deal. Harbaugh, my bad, man. I thought we was going to have to jump you.
Thought we was going to have to get you.
Man, woo-hoo-hoo. You got lucky, Harbaugh. We had the gas in the car.
The pitchforks ready.
Man, we thought we was going to have to get you, Harbaugh. We thought we was going to have to get you, but now we'll let you slide. We got our eyes on you, though. You still got some bad juju out there and some bad PR that you got to deal with in recruiting. But still, we won't mess with you.
And I would just like to take this time to point out that the NCAA is the best run organization in the world.
Man, they do a great job, don't they?
They do a phenomenal job.
Wow, just so fair.
So fair to everything and everybody.
I mean, their rules when you look at all, 7,020,400 of them, I mean, they just all make sense.
You couldn't come up with a better set of rules. You just couldn't.
I mean, the fairness. I mean, who cares if Will Wade is throwing out big offers? I mean, come on.
Who cares?
Yeah, doesn't matter. I thought
it's LSU.
I thought those commercials during the tournament. I thought those commercials were wonderful.
I did too. I thought they depicted the life of an athlete very well.
Yeah, man. Young man playing basketball outside of his father, wearing the freshest Jordans ever created, the Concord 11s. I mean, pretty realistic to me.
Very. I mean, I do the same thing.
Hey, good job, NCAA.
Great job.
Yeah, man. Good job.
Yeah, I don't. Going back to your question though, I don't know if Aubrey Solomon will be the difference in Tennessee going 7-5 or 8-4 or even 9-3. I don't know that. Again, I think it's better answered in hindsight, whether that is fair or not. But there is a possibility he could have listen responsibly, a Ndamukong Suh type presence along the defensive line, or a Nick Fairley type presence along the defensive line, in the sense of where he carries that room and completely changes the outlook of the defensive line.
Did you say listen responsibly?
I don't think he will have a Ndamukong Suh type season. I don't think he will have even a Nick Fairley type season, because Ndamukong Suh was considered in the Heisman. I don't think Aubrey Solomon will have that type of impact, but he could, arrive, and now that he's healthy and ready to go, I mean, he could have a tremendous season. He could be the best defensive tackle in the SEC. You can't
do that to these people, man. You can't say stuff like that. They not ready for that. Half of them still sleep. You can't do that, Ben. They not ready for that. You can't do that, man.
I'm more so saying that he could be the difference. Like Ndamukong Suh and Nick Fairley were absolutely worth a game or two, or in Suh's case, 3 games on Nebraska's schedule. He absolutely was.
Ooh. I can see someone now looking at their phone with their nose all up.
You look like that GIF, the guy in the jumpsuit with the glasses on.
Can't believe Ben just said that.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's already firing their little fingers away.
Did Ben just say that?
I'm just saying he could prove to be dominant, and all the talk along the defensive line
he could
go up in shambles.
He could be dominant. He could be non-existent, which if he does not if he's not an instant impact player, I'm gonna be
mad.
I'm gonna be really disappointed.
we spent all this energy trying to get you eligible.
Yeah, man, you gotta go out there and ball now. Knock on wood, you hope that he stays healthy. So there's a lot of things that can happen. You just don't know. I think there's a ton of unknowns. When the lights come on, some guys play better than they do in practice. We saw that with Josh Dobbs, who may or may not be with the Indianapolis Colts. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man.
For his sake, I hope it does happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. 865-255-03 B-Drive Waterproof Hotline. We've had some legendary calls on this show. I think Titans Bill-ish call was one of the best calls.
Yes.
Are we revealing who it really was?
We've pretty much already.
Are we doing that? I mean,
not formally.
Dude, Buck Nasty. I don't know how you kept it together. I don't know if you practiced this last night or early this morning. But wow. He called in. So if you're just listening, you don't know what's going on, what happened. So Titans Bill is a real caller, okay? And leading up to the hiring of the new offense coordinator, Titans Bill was calling in like, yo, what's going on? Tennessee's not hired offense coordinator. Tennessee better get it together. Jeremy Pruitt, Coach Fulmer, what is going on? And Titans Bill is pretty hard on Coach Fulmer about it. Well, the timing of the call was so funny because Titans Bill called in and went on this rant, and Tennessee had already hired Jim Chaney. And so Titans Bill had no idea because he just calls in. I don't think he listens to any shows. He just calls in, and it don't matter what you're talking about. It don't matter. I mean, Tennessee could have gotten the biggest news ever in college football. But whatever's on Titans Bill mind, that's what he's calling about. Mm-hmm. Tennessee could have landed 10 5-stars. If Titans Bill want to talk about Marcus Mariota, that's who he's talking about. He called in talking about Marcus Mariota. That's Titans Bill. So he did that on a day when we really wasn't talking about Jim Chaney during that segment. He called in hot, and I had to let him know. It's like, Titans Bill, you do realize Tennessee already hired Jim Chaney?
Oh, I did not, my good friend Jason.
He's like, oh. So, Buck Nasty was recreating that moment for us. It was a great moment in Swain event. Call it history. It was really, really funny. 865-255-03 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. We have Around the SEC coming up next.
We've got some suspensions to talk about.
Tennessee gaining a player. Other programs will lose a player or two in a certain game. And, man, Tennessee got a real situation on their hands with Bryce Thompson. It's a situation. Not a situation. A situation. They got one of those on their hands. I don't know where they're going to go with this thing. This is not going to be an easy decision at all. I don't have a great feeling about everything that's on the table. I really don't. I'll just be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. We got Around the SEC coming up next.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. We all know that Vol Nation is all over the country. Traveling to games is a fun time for the entire family, but deciding where to stay can be a bit stressful. That's where the Big Orange Faithful at the Hampton Inn downtown come in. General Manager Stephen Lawrence and his team go over and beyond to make sure that you have the best stay in their brand new rooms. They have the cleanest rooms in the game, which include flat screen, microwave, and fridge. Not to mention breakfast is included in the room rate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the best part. The Hampton Inn downtown is less than a mile from Neyland Stadium. While you're planning your game day trips, be sure to check out Hampton Inn online at hamptoninn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is their website. They specialize in print design, logo design, and website design. 865-382-7007 is their telephone number. And when you call, you ask for my guy, Mike. Does a great job, runs the show, works his tail off. Really, really excited about what we got coming up for you. It's going to be really cool, but 42nd Street handles everything. Logo, print, website. And they sponsor Around the SEC this morning. All right, Ben, what you got?
A couple of news and notes, including one general college football note.
Okay.
But first, according to John Martin of 92.9 ESPN in Memphis, Florida transfer big man Isaiah Stokes has enrolled at the University of Memphis. The former Florida power forward and younger brother of Jarnell Stokes is enrolled at Memphis. So I imagine he will have to sit out this year because of transfer rules. Although the NCAA is such a great organization, I'm sure if Isaiah applied for an immediate waiver and he provided the proper paperwork necessary, I'm sure the NCAA would allow him to play this year.
Yeah, man, because they do things the right way.
They do everything the correct way. 4 key Alabama players will be suspended this weekend against mighty Duke, against David Cutcliffe's Blue Devils. Junior Najee Harris and Brian Robinson will be suspended the first half of Alabama's game against Duke in Atlanta for missing a team function, according to Bama Online, a.k.a. Alabama's 247 site. Along with Harris and Robinson, 247 also reported and confirmed that redshirt junior outside linebacker Terrell Davis will also miss time during Saturday's game for the same reason. Alabama junior wide receiver Devontae Smith is reportedly set to be suspended as well. So 4 players out, 3 of them, Najee Harris, Brian Robinson, Terrell Lewis, will be suspended for the first half due to missing a team function. And then Devontae Smith will be suspended as well, but the reasoning and the length has not been given or reported as of yet. So I feel like that's a fair suspension, a half for missing a team function.
Yeah, I mean
I don't think it's something that needs to, like, somebody needs to lose a game for.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen guys miss less time for something more severe at Alabama, but I'm not in any place to make any jokes right now about what somebody else is doing about discipline.
With that, Missouri football will return to Kansas City sooner than originally planned.
I just can't. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do with Bryce Thompson.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, let's not talk about other Team's disciplined.
Not yet. Let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
I got these jokes right in my pocket. I'm ready to use them, though.
But in all seriousness, I do think that is a fair suspension just for missing a team function. Teach them a lesson. I mean, yeah, Najee Harris and Brian Robinson are your top 2 running backs on the team, and Trey Sanders is out for the year with an injury, and so your running back depth looks spotty. But it's Duke.
Yeah,
it's Duke. It'd be one thing if it was LSU, A&M, or Auburn, but it's Duke. Missouri will return to Kansas City sooner than originally planned, as I mentioned, according to PowerMizzou.com, Rivals Missouri site. The school and the Kansas City Chiefs announced that the Missouri football team will play its 2020 matchup against Arkansas at Arrowhead Stadium. The announcement was formalized Monday afternoon in a press conference at Arrowhead Stadium. So that's pretty cool. Missouri and Arkansas playing at Arrowhead Stadium next season. And then Auburn will honor the former voice of the Tigers with a sticker on their helmets during the first 2 games of the 2019 football season. A sticker recognizing Rod Bramblett will be added to the Tigers' helmets starting with the season opener Saturday against Oregon. An Auburn spokesperson confirmed Auburn's home opener is September 7th against Tulane. Gus Malzahn said on Tuesday that he thinks that it is awesome. It's appropriate. I know our players will take great pride in having that on their helmet. Bramblett, the voice of the Auburn Tigers, and his wife, Paula, died in May from injuries suffered in a 2-vehicle accident near Auburn University. A 16-year-old male was later arrested and charged as an adult in the 2-vehicle crash that killed the Bramblets. So very cool by Auburn to be honoring him as they entered the season. And here's the non-SEC note that I have for you today. Connecticut announced over the summer that it was leaving the AAC prior to the 2020 season, which left a void in the conference that bills itself as one of the Power Six. Commissioner Mike Oresco is in no rush to fill that void and replace Connecticut, though, and has a plan in place to drastically change the format of the conference in football. In an interview on 92.9 ESPN in Memphis, Oresco said that he intends to eliminate divisions in football and pair up the 2 best teams in the conference in the AAC championship game. He said that we've already pretty much made that decision. We've already started the waiver process with the NCAA to be able to play a championship game with 11 teams and not have to play a round robin. We think playing 10 games is out of the question for all sorts of reasons, and I should say 10 conference games. We also don't want to be forced to add a team and raid another conference. We also don't want to be forced to jettison a team. The NCAA deregulated conference championship game rules in 2015. Conferences can now hold a championship game pitting the top 2 teams provided they play a round-robin schedule, as the Big 12 currently does. Obviously, with 11 teams, that would be challenging in the AAC. Prior to 2015, conferences had to have at least 12 members and be divided up into divisions. So the reason I bring this up is, A, it is very fascinating. B, I wonder if the SEC or any of these other conferences follow suit and do the same thing.
We shall see, my friend. We shall see. Good stuff for around the SEC. That is powered by 42nd Street, handling all your marketing branding needs. NCAA, y'all just so awesome. Y'all do a great job. I mean,
a gift basket is on the way.
Don't listen to the haters. I'm on your side, NCAA. I'm on your side, okay?
Such a well-run organization.
I mean, you really do care about the student athletes.
Truly do.
I mean, you're so thoughtful, unselfish. Don't listen to the haters, NCAA. Do not listen to the haters. Let's get to Devontae on the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Devontae, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
We're great, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Ben forgot, man. There's one more thing floating around the SEC that he didn't talk to you about.
What's that?
It's this pitcher, man. It's this pitcher.
What pitcher?
2 great Tennessee receivers, man, jumping for a ball, man. And it's going against Georgia, man. You ain't seen it yet?
What pitcher you talking about, Devontae? I know you ain't talking about the pitcher I think you talking about.
Man, it's a picture of you and Juwan Jennings, man. Hey, people forget how a good receiver you was, man. You was a good Tennessee receiver, man.
Hey, Devontae, people
in my
forget.
eyes. And then look, I used to play video games around that time because I'm 27. Hey,
Okay.
When I was coming up, y'all team was the prime Tennessee team that I just physically remember.
Hey, you know what, Devontae? Yeah, you know what? You boosted my self-esteem this morning. I appreciate that.
Man, because it's true. It's true. See, because my generation, man, we didn't get to see Peyton and T. We only get to hear about it. See, my 27 generation, early 90s. So we didn't get to see him Peyton. So our love for the game had to come with guys like y'all, Eric. One more, Eric Ainge, you, and Robert Meacham, and God rest his soul, Mr. Jesse, and this is just a whole lot of people everywhere.
A lot of ballers, yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Hey,
now,
whatever happened to Brent Schaefer?
See, what had happened was, he left here and went somewhere, and then he found his way at Ole Miss, and then after Ole Miss, I don't know at all what happened there. But that photo you're talking about, this is why the internet is great and Photoshop was created, because someone took one of my old photos of me reaching for a ball. It was definitely in warm-ups. It was a Kentucky game, I remember. Kentucky game warm-ups. I'm reaching for a pass in warm-ups, so it looks like I'm preparing for a jump ball. And they put me in the same picture as the Georgia game where Jawan Jennings caught the winning touchdown. And yesterday we had a whole conversation about how Jawan Jennings needs 40 receptions this year to pass me on the all-time receptions list for 6. And so that's the joke. And I hope he breaks it, by the way. I don't really
He if a good enough season, he'll do it, and he'll be honored in the great. But hey, that work looked good, boy. You have some mean swag, though, baby.
Hey, man, I tried to. I lost it, though. I don't have any of it now. It's gone, man.
I don't need it.
Hey, man, don't be agreeing. Don't be over there shaking your head agreeing with me. Golly, you're supposed to make me feel better. Yeah, Swain, you got a little bit of swag left. Oh, don't say that about yourself. He gonna be, yep, you right. You got no swag.
Devontae was saying you still had some swag, so I was letting him be the good cop.
Oh, goodness. Anything else, Devontae?
Hey, Albert Simon is free. The line then got a little bit stouter, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe he'll be a big help. Maybe he'll be a little help. But, hey, help is on the way. Holla back, guys. Y'all have a great morning. Go Vols.
Thank you, Devontae. Appreciate the phone call and the kind words. I think they were kind.
They were.
Because he was like, man, people forget. Man, you was good. Devontae, I didn't think people forgot. Are you just reminding me that I am forgotten? It's like commenting on your lady. Yeah, you don't look that fat in that dress. You all right? Yo, you're not supposed to say that.
No, you are not.
You don't look that fat. You okay. It ain't that bad. All right, who we got next?
DR Vol.
DR Vol, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I've always strived for accuracy, and I just want to get this right. Per Benjamin Brown McKee, Aubrey Sullivan will be the first Heisman Trophy winner on defense since Ndamukong Suh. Is that right?
Correct. And Tennessee's going 15-0 and winning the national championship, all because Aubrey Solomon was granted immediate eligibility by the wonderful NCAA yesterday.
Okay, I'll go ahead and tweet that and fire out the message boards. I always get nervous when y'all start saying stuff like that because I've heard stuff that's said on the show get taken way out of context before multiple times.
Oh yeah, it's what folks love to do, man. I think that's a societal problem though. We love to talk more than we love to listen and listen to understand rather than listen to respond. That's a whole bigger issue than sports radio. But I ain't gonna give you no inspiration this morning. I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk there, DR Vol.
Guys, I thought Buck Nash is spot on. I couldn't figure out who it was. The only thing he messed up is normally when he calls in, he calls it Jason, not Swain, because he'll say that about 100 times, and my good friend.
Jason. My good friend Jason.
Hello, my good friend Jason.
Jason. Yeah. He didn't get that one down. He said he's practicing for 3 weeks.
I believe it because he sounded just like him. Now, I do want to play touchdown turnover. Will Titans Bills know about Solomon by the Florida game?
Ooh, what was that, like 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he does listen to Tony Basilio show, so I think he'll figure it out by then.
I'm gonna tell you, I was listening live when he called about Jim Chaney, and Swain, you sounded just like today you did when he called about Chaney. He said, "Well, let me tell you something. You're kind of like a Kanye West with Taylor Swift."
I don't mean to interrupt you, but he's eligible. Jim Chaney has been hired. Best hire of all time.
Do you think it'll ever come out what took so long with this?
Yep.
It will.
Doesn't the truth always come to light?
Yeah.
Ain't that the way it works?
Get me to start paying for the Athletic if that's on the Athletic. I'm really curious.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think somebody put it out sooner or later.
I hope so.
And they'll be
guys,
first.
I just I want to shout out NCAA for being the tortoise in this race and finally getting it done.
Listen, do not slander the NCAA.
I will not stand for it.
No. Today is all about praising the NCAA. No shade is allowed on this show towards the NCAA. Not today. But tomorrow, you be talking again, and that's okay. But not today. Not today. The NCAA is great. They do a great job. A wonderful job. Best customer service. Just the best. Watch your mouth, DR Vol. 865-255-03. Stay with us.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
It's going to be mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny today with a high of 84 and a low of 60. Look for sunshine tomorrow with a high near 82 and a low around 60. The sun hangs around on Friday with a high in the upper 80s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have sloping or uneven floors, foundation cracks, or a leaning chimney? Do your windows and doors not open properly, or are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at bdry.com.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Always remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
It is time for Attaboy this morning, where we highlight positivity, we highlight great stories inside and outside the world of sports. And Ben, what do you have for us today?
I'm going to the University of Tennessee. That should be Tennessee's new little thing that they do. It's the Ohio State. It can be the University of Tennessee. Nobody is doing that one.
I think we need to wait.
You think so?
I think we need to wait.
Well, I'm going to start calling it.
Let's
that,
wait. No, let's
let's
wait till we figure out what we're gonna do about Bryce Thompson. I don't think I want any extra attention on us right now. I want to make sure we do the right thing first. I'm just saying, I'm serious. Like I'm laughing, but I'm dead serious here because
I'm with you.
As a father of 3 girls, like I'm uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. So we'll get to that. What you got for Attaboy?
My Attaboy goes to Tennessee tight end who is now on scholarship, Andrew Craig.
Yeah.
Very cool storyline / moment / scene yesterday as he spoke with the media. We are about to hit a top of the hour break, but later on in the show we can maybe go back and play a little bit of his interview talking about how he was given the scholarship, the reaction from his teammates, what all Jeremy Pruitt told him. And he's from Knoxville, went to Webb. He's a redshirt junior, so he talked a lot about how it was a dream of his to not just play football at the college level, but to play football at the University of Tennessee because he grew up a Tennessee fan. So a very cool moment, and my attaboy goes to Andrew Craig today.
Man,
what you laughing at over there?
I'm laughing because where's the cool video from Tennessee? I'm thinking about Pruitt.
He does not care.
I'm thinking about Pruitt going, hey, Andrew, I need you to come to my office. We just put you on scholarship.
That's exactly what happened.
You can leave now. I'm trying to watch film. Like all these other schools, man, they cranking up the Jumbotron. They coming up with these elaborate surprises.
Faking arrests.
Nah, man, not Pruitt. Here's your scholarship. Sign right here. Get out. I got film to watch on Florida.
Go get better.
I gotta go find out how to make Felipe Franks play even worse than he did against Miami.
I gotta figure out how I can fluster Felipe.
Was there a video? I want to know if there was like a cool video and we just haven't released it yet.
It happened over the summer, so I doubt it.
Oh man!
Actually, it might have happened over the winter. I can't remember. It was winter or the summer, one of the two. It happened a while back.
If I'm Andrew Craig, I don't care, man. I get my scholarship checks. I can save money. That's all that matters. But
if I'm Andrew Craig's parents, I do not care.
You're right about that. We're going out to eat, baby.
We're going to the beach.
We're going out to eat. We're taking a vacation. We saving money. Yeah, I'm rich. Can't say that. I might get in trouble. There's my Howard. Hour 2 coming up around the corner. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Be right back.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
When you or a loved one is injured in an accident, there are a lot of questions. There are medical bills, lost work time, damages. What will you do? You'll need someone who will have your back. Call former Marine Marcos Garza, 865-540-8300. The Garza Law Firm will be with you every step of the way. Put this number in your phone right now, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown Turnover backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. It is Wednesday, the best day of the week, August the 28th, and we are 3 days until kickoff. Robert Meacham days, Byron Moore days. Who else wore 3?
Bryce Thompson. Whoa, wait, what?
Before this year.
Marquel Osborne.
Okay.
Micah Abernathy wore it in 2015. You mentioned Josh Malone, Byron Moore, Tyler Drummer, who had the fake field goal for a touchdown against Missouri. Meacham, Lennon Freer wore it for a year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nate Middlebrooks, tight end from 85 to 88.
Okay.
Tracy Smith, the DB from 89 to 92. Ronnie Pillow, what the last name? 94, 95, 96. Josh Clemens was a quarterback on the 98 and 99 team. Willie Miles before Meacham, 99 to 02.
Mm-hmm.
Played defensive line.
Mm-hmm. D-line. The D-back.
Oh, D-back. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I was going to say, my bad.
Yeah, number 3, defensive line. 3 days to kickoff.
That's crazy. We made it. Kind of.
We ain't there yet, man. We're not there yet. All right. Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. Is Bryce Thompson going to play a down this year for Tennessee? Is Bryce Thompson going to play a down this year for Tennessee? Touchdown or turnover?
Ugh, you put me on the spot again. I'll say turnover. I don't think he plays this year. And I think a lot of it has to do with what was uncovered with the News Sentinel yesterday. You have those details in front of you, so I will let you share those. But it's just kind of, it does not help Bryce Thompson's situation, and it does not make the decision any easier for whoever is in charge of this decision. And I say whoever is in charge of this decision because I don't know that this is going to be a Jeremy Pruitt decision at the end of the day. The facts that light was shed on yesterday do not help him whatsoever. It seems like Tennessee was his second chance. I am for second chances, but it seems based off of what was reported yesterday by Blake Topmeyer in the Knoxville News Sentinel that this was his second chance. And so because of that, I think it's going to be hard for him to play football this year.
First, let me say that we can't do this as sports fans. We can't get mad at the messenger we can't be more mad at the messenger than the information that was uncovered. If the information is accurate, we can't allow ourselves to be more upset at the folks who are delivering the message. That's not a good look. It's not a good look at all, by the way. Knox News Sentinel, you can feel how you want to feel about them. But there was a reason why South Carolina did not allow Bryce Thompson to sign with their university. I knew it was something that Carolina did not want to touch. And Tennessee was kind of giving him an opportunity to get away from that situation, get away from that environment, and have a new beginning, because other schools backed off too. And I'm a big believer in second chances. I really am. And before I say this, I want to say that I really want Bryce Thompson to have the support he needs to grow. I really do. And I know we have it here in Tennessee. I just don't know if Tennessee can afford to be the ones that help at this time. I don't know. I'm going to say turnover. I'm going to say turnover because, like you, I feel like this was a second chance. And if one of the two statements are true that was alleged that he said Saturday, one was, "I'll slap the S out of you." Allegedly said that to a female. And the second, he threatened to shoot up the school. If any of those are true, and we find out that's true, how do you justify getting a third opportunity? That's tough for me. Knox News Sentinel went back and uncovered that Bryce Thompson, along with a different female from South Carolina, had a mutual restraining order. This was filed against him January 2018 in Richland County, South Carolina. Thompson and the woman agreed to a mutual 1-year restraining order. The complaint said Thompson texted her and wrote that if she dated another man, that he would hurt her and the other guy. And the only reason I'm not going to be really detailed is because it's 18. I try to respect the parents who are in the car with kiddos. But hurt extremely. You can put two and two together. She also noted that Thompson had slapped her and thrown her around.
Saying I fear for my safety and am constantly looking over my shoulder. A direct quote.
This is what she said. So I don't know if Tennessee knew this in detail. If they did and they gave him a second chance, like, I'm not totally against that second chance. If they did not know, then that might have been maybe a misstep on truly vetting a recruit. And I understand you don't have the same resources as an NFL team may have. But this is the second chance. There seems to be a pattern with threatening people. And I just don't know, in the climate that we live in today, if this is something that Pruitt wants to take on. Second-year head coach, second-year AD. If we were talking about another player on another team, how would we view that player? How would we view the situation? What would we say? This is one of our own players. So, of course, we can show empathy. We can show compassion. We can show forgiveness. And maybe because Nick Saban's video kind of reemerged where he's talking about all those things and his decision on whether to dismiss a player or keep them around to help them. But this can't sit well with anyone, whether you have a female that's important in your life or not. It can't sit well with you. It doesn't sit well with me. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say what we should do. I'm just saying that it's not a comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable at all.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, one way or the other, I'm not going to feel comfortable because at the end of the day, there's a young man that needs help. He needs help. Whether he gets it here or whether he gets it somewhere else. And I hope if he doesn't get it here, that we put energy in him so he can get that help. Because I don't want to hear his name in the newspaper anymore, and it be something more than just a threat. I don't want that at all. So
and I hope he doesn't. If his time at Tennessee has come to an end, I hope he does not end up at a JUCO, because I think at a JUCO things could really spiral out of control. And I say that based off of watching Last Chance U, to be honest with you, just seeing how little effort is put into growing the JUCO football players off the field as a man at both schools that have been highlighted on Last Chance U, at Independence and at East Mississippi Community College. Both of those coaches, I believe, only cared about winning football games and not the growth off the field. Brittany Wagner and I forget the young lady's name at Independence who was instrumental in helping Emmett Gooden. I forget her name, but those two were the only people on those shows that cared about the person, not the football player. So I hope he does not go to a JUCO, because I don't think that they would have the resources to help him grow as a man either. He's going to get another chance. I just don't know that it is going to be here.
Yeah, and I want to make this clear, because I'm seeing this and I'm like, guys, come on now, let's not go overboard. You can have your opinion about how news is released. You can be upset about a form of questioning at a press conference. Though that's fair. That's fair. 100% fair. You can assume that maybe someone is giddy about uncovering this stuff. That's not the point. The point is that this is way more important. These alleged things that were said, the history, it's way more important. It's a bigger issue than the narrative of a media member or entity going after Tennessee. Because Bryce Thompson knew he couldn't do this and put himself in this situation. This stuff does not get uncovered if he does not fly off the handle and say some things that he may or may not have said. If he would have handled the situation a lot better, there's not another article coming out digging into his past. He allowed that to happen by putting himself in that situation. So I don't have a good feeling about it. I'm just going to be honest. I understand that there's a process. I'm going to let the process play out. And I just hope that we do what's best for both parties. I really do. At the end of the day, here's a young man that has the opportunity, and I'm not talking about just football, but an opportunity to grow as a person. There's so much. he's opened himself up to a new world, leaving South Carolina, where he's from, to come to college, where it's 30,000 students and different people from different backgrounds and different ethnicities, and I mean, it's just so many opportunities, and I just hope that he's able to take advantage of those and live a productive life. And this is not about football. This is about a young man that obviously has some issues with some anger, and I just hope those are corrected. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with our good friend Chris Lowe of ESPN. And you never know if he's too busy, but we'll try to get him on the phone during the break and bring him back online with us after this Swain event.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Hey, it's Chris Lowe of ESPN. And listen, maybe Jason Swain didn't wear number 1 quite as well as the great Leonard Little did at Tennessee, but he is your go-to guy for all things Big Orange. Join us weekly on the Swain event, brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine and trsportsmedicine.com.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
Hey y'all, check it out. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a brand new happy hour special right now that you don't want to miss. Get $2 off of their fantastic barbecue queso appetizer from 2 to 4 p.m. That's queso loaded with your choice of pork, chicken, or brisket and served with Frito scoops. And for the rest of the month, check out their new Pig and Peaches salad for $11. This thing is loaded with salad mix, grape tomatoes, fire-roasted peaches, pickled red onions, pork belly burn-ins, goat cheese, and topped with a delicious balsamic vinaigrette. Dead End Barbecue. The barbecue surge is over.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all of those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
Hey there, Swain event listeners. It's football time in Tennessee. While you're cheering on the Vols, you might be thinking, I would love to buy a home with a great place to entertain for games. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm tired of hosting all of these people at my house and we don't need all this space anymore. Whatever your plans may be, when you are ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call me, Jennifer Morris, at Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com, and go Vols.
If you aren't following the Swain event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
It is time for the one, the only, the famous Chris Lowe. He joins us via the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Chris Lowe of ESPN and ESPN.com. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Swain. I'm going to start calling you Mr. Swain.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I think I deserve that now.
Yes, you do.
I'm not the same most snotty-nosed kid you used to interview back in the day when you worked for the Tennessean.
but you were so we were such a compelling interview back in the day. You were beyond your years. You know, as the great Clint Eastwood said, was it Unforgiven? We told Gene Hackman that deserves had nothing to do with it. So it's always good. This is always a good day. I'm quoting movie stars. I'm quoting Ice Cube. It's a good day, Swain.
Well, I'm glad you're doing this, man. I know you've been on the road traveling, and sounds like you settled back here at Knoxville. And
For a couple days.
Yeah.
For a couple days.
Where are you going this weekend?
You know what? I might be able to sneak away and go see some family in the Carolinas and watch games, which is, I know this sounds crazy, but watch the week 1 on television, which you see much more of. I mean, it's crazy, Ben. You know, you go, if you're at let's say I'm at Auburn, Oregon, or wherever this weekend. If you're at a game and you do what I do, you really don't see a lot of football. You see that game, but by the time you're driving to the game, you're watching that game. You get to maybe peep up at TVs in the press box, and then you're done. Your post game interviews. You're back up and you're working, and then you're driving back to wherever you're staying. If you got an early flight, you just don't see a lot of football. So sometimes, I guess one way of saying, if I don't go anywhere on a weekend, especially the first weekend when so much is new and we've already seen week 0, man. There's going to be some ragged and sloppy play. That's just the way football is now, because you don't hit and practice as much in the preseason. So those early games, especially that first game, is going to be a little ragged. So it's good to sort of watch as much as you can. It's easier to watch as much as you can from home. You watch the early games, the mid-afternoon games, and the late games. So I think that's where I'm going to be. Second week, I'll be at A&M and Clemson.
Ooh, lucky.
Which will be the big one. Well, I think if you look at to me, if you pick 4 or 5 key non-conference games around the country, that would be in there, along with, I don't think there's any question, Georgia, Notre Dame would be in there, Texas, LSU, and I think probably Auburn, Oregon, because, the Pac-12's chances, you never want to put it on one game, but the Pac-12's chances may ride on this game. If Oregon loses to Auburn, I don't know that the Pac-12 has a great chance to get back in the playoff again.
Yeah, they won't get any love at all or any respect. You mentioned week 0, and Miami and Florida played, and I was actually impressed with Manny Diaz and how he had his guys prepared to play on defense. Offensively, they had a lot of youth, and they had their chances. Obviously, they squandered those opportunities and lost the game. But I was impressed with Manny Diaz. The gimmicks, they work for Miami. They like it. The touchdown rings and the turnover chain on defense, hey, it works for them, whatever. But on the other side of the field, a team in Florida and a quarterback in Felipe Franks that I felt like had tools to be a really good player. His tools in college kind of remind me of Dak. You look at just the physical tools, but obviously the maturity levels are two worlds apart. When he made a really good play, he got into the camera on the sideline and was like, yo, I do this. And then he goes out after that, throw interception. I just don't know if he's ready mentally to take that next step. He certainly has physical tools. When you talked to Dan Mullen over the summer, I don't know if you went down there or not, but I mean, what did he say about Felipe Franks and his ability to kind of lead this offense and winning some games and playing quality football?
Yeah, at first, I agree with you about Manny. I thought his team ready to play. Was playing with a freshman quarterback, which is never easy against a really good defensive front.
Yeah.
And a coordinator in Todd Grantham who dialed up a lot of stuff that came after him. Miami in the offensive line just wasn't ready for that. They just weren't ready. And as far as the gimmicks, you're right. Those things are always pretty cool to people and fan bases when it's new or when you're winning, right? If it's a new thing, coach is brand new, or you're winning, it's cool, man. He's got all this swag. But they get old in a hurry. If all of a sudden you start losing to the wrong team, and you're not winning like a fan base thinks you should win, then those things get old. And you know that, Swain, from having been right in the middle of it. Yep. You're 100% right on Franks. Franks emotionally looks like a powder keg to me, which ain't good for the quarterback position. He's up and he's down. He's worried about what's going on in the stands, what's being said. He's looking at the cameras. I mean, it's okay to have some fun, and play with. I mean, Saban's thing is, you always want to play with emotion, but you don't want to be emotional. And it's two entirely different things.
Yeah.
Because when you're emotional, you make bad decisions, you make poor choices, you do stupid things. And I think you saw that with him. But physically, he's got all the talent. I think Florida expected him to take a big step this year, and he still may. I've learned over the years that we all are so guilty, media and fans, to watch that first game, whoever it is, and make all these hard and fast judgments and assess, well, this quarterback or this coach or this team or what have you, they're just not ready. They're not going to be any good.
Mm-hmm.
And, 4, 5, 6 weeks later, it looks different. I always go back talking about Oregon sort of holding the entire Pac-12's fate in its hands. Remember 2015 when Ohio State lost to a bad, or certainly a below average, Virginia Tech team in the first game?
Yep.
And didn't Braxton Miller either got hurt in that game or he got hurt before that game and was out?
I know he had a spin move in that game.
So maybe it was her. Anyway, they lost. They lost the game. They ended up losing Braxton Miller at some point, and everybody completely wrote not only Ohio State off, but they wrote off the Big Ten. Well, guess what happened that year?
Won championship.
Ohio State won the national championship. So I always think back to that year, and I can think back, if you want to bring it closer to home, I can think back to some years where Tennessee's looked awful to start the season, and they got a lot better, and vice versa. I can remember some games where, boy, they're really going to be good, and they're not as good. So Florida defensively will be good enough this year. They'll be in every game they play. That they've got to get on offense, because he's got some players around him, Franks does. He's got some guys who can make some plays. But he's got to dial it in emotionally and play with much more poise and not be so up and down. And Mullen's been good with his quarterbacks over the years. Maybe this is going to be his toughest challenge.
Chris, we have a pretty good slate of games this week, but I don't think it's as great as it has been the last couple of weeks, or the last couple of years, rather. The couple of games that stand out to me the most: Ole Miss, Memphis, Oregon, Auburn, obviously, Utah, BYU tomorrow night, North Carolina, South Carolina, and then we do have one SEC football game this weekend: Georgia and Vanderbilt. I guess your just overall thoughts on what you're looking forward to this weekend. Oregon, Auburn. Does Vanderbilt stand a chance at all? Ole Miss, Memphis.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. There's not like what you call a heavyweight bout this first week. I wish we would get back to the first 2 weeks of the season that just about every game was an intersectional home game.
Yep.
Where it was like maybe Tennessee's playing this week at Oklahoma, or Alabama is playing at Penn State. Those are the games that make, to me, certainly early in the season, make college football so much fun. And I think we're going to get back to that point. Alabama scheduled a lot of those. Ohio State scheduled a lot of those. Tennessee's got a few of them coming up. As far as the games of this first week, I think for Tennessee, you get a chance to see BYU against what's supposed to be a really good Utah team. A Utah team this summer picking to win the Pac-12.
Yep.
And that's a huge rivalry, those two, BYU, Utah. So I think here closer to home, that's certainly a game of interest. Here's a note for you, Swain. So North Carolina and South Carolina play in Charlotte this first week.
Mm-hmm.
The very first game I covered when I was at UT, I worked some for the Daily Beacon and covered some games in '85 and '86 for the Daily Beacon. Would go to the games there in Neyland and do some stories for the Daily Beacon. But as a full-time media member, the very first game I covered as a full-time media member was 1988, North Carolina versus South Carolina. The first-year coach that year of the Tar Heels was Mack Brown.
Wow.
Now here he is back at North Carolina 32 years later or whatever as the Tar Heels' first-year coach. I think we all sort of wonder how that's going to go with Mack.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I got to know Mack pretty well when he was working at ESPN. And just a wonderful person and a fun guy to be around. And got great relationships with the high school coaches still in that state, so I think he will recruit pretty well. But this thing is not going to be. I'd be shocked if this thing is an immediate hit there. I think it's going to take some time. And will they give him some time at this MAC? Want to ride it out at his age, for 3-4 years before they get to a point. Now, the good thing is it is ACC, and the ACC right now with where Florida State is about as watered down as it's been. So maybe they can get to a point where they win 8 games or more. But I think that's a game that, and not just because it's North Carolina versus South Carolina, but I wonder sort of how they look under MAC. And for South Carolina, South Carolina's one of those teams in the East that everybody talks about Georgia, and Florida was supposed to be number 2. But where is South Carolina? South Carolina certainly can't lose this game to open the season and hope that they're going to have a big season. You talk about howling. You let the Gamecocks lose this game to Charlotte, to Mac Brown.
First year.
Spurs used to call Mac Brown Mr. Football. I think he still calls it Mr. Football. You will let Muschamp and the Gamecocks lose to Mr. Football in Charlotte, and you will hear some serious howling come out of Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, I bet. Chris Lowe, ESPN here, senior writer for ESPN, ESPN.com. Chris, living in Knoxville, being a Tennessee fan, you can see things one way. But when you take a couple steps back from the picture, you can see more of the photo. If you travel to heights, 50,000 feet or above, you can see a whole lot. You can see the entire picture. From your view, as a national media member who also lives in Knoxville, this Bryce Thompson situation, you understand how things like this is blown up in the climate that we live in. And it wasn't too long ago that Tennessee was in the spotlight because of the Graciano situation and how national media members kind of looked at Tennessee fans, fair or unfair. Here we go with Bryce Thompson, and you had the initial report that came out where he got arrested and allegedly said some things that can get him in trouble. That opened the door for research to be done and dig up some restraining orders from, one restraining order from South Carolina that he mutually agreed to with a female. And the details of that restraining order, they're not pretty. What is the 50,000-foot perspective looking at Tennessee from a national media standpoint as Tennessee is gathering details, and they suspended him indefinitely, but they're going to gather details to determine what they're going to do next. How does it look from your view, Chris?
Yeah, Swain, I tell you, I always hate painting any fan base with a broad brush, and we've talked about this, the two of us, and we've gone to Dead End and Broken Bread, and I had to pay as always. But we've had these conversations. It just pains me to see fan bases, whether it's Tennessee's fan base or Alabama's fan base or Ohio State or whomever, Texas is painted with a broad brush. Because as you know, it only takes a small sect of fans to screw it up for everybody.
Yes.
And you mentioned the Sciano thing. I was, as an alumnus of the university, again, I have my degree from there. My dad has his degree from there. My son Adam is in school there now, working with the baseball team. I was embarrassed by some of the behavior during the whole Sciano thing. Not that people didn't want Sciano or they didn't think he was a good fit or that they were concerned about the, association or some of the things that are in the deposition with the Sandusky thing. I mean, all those are valid concerns, but the way people acted and basically smeared this guy.
Yeah, some people you definitely have to reiterate some people.
Right.
And that's what you said, Chris. You said some people.
It's not fair to paint any fan base.
Correct.
Well, look, all the Tennessee fans did that. Well, no, they didn't all do it.
No, all didn't do that.
Some, but some did, and that's what caught the national cameras. Trust me, I was over there for 3 straight nights doing live reports in front of the Rock, so I saw it.
Yeah,
I was right in the middle of it. I saw what was painted on the Rock. I saw people protesting.
Yep.
The things they were saying. It was awful.
Yep.
But it still doesn't mean that the whole Tennessee fan base, are a bunch of idiots or a bunch of closed-minded whatever. But I hate that, Swain, when but it happens. So to answer your question, first of all, Tennessee did the right thing and suspended the kid indefinitely. That's the smart thing. It's the right thing, and go out and find out what's there. Is there other other incidents that happened when he was in high school? Are there other restraining orders? All these things. I know people say, well, you should have done that during the recruiting process. Well, sometimes it's not like those things are served up to you.
Yep.
During the recruiting process. Sometimes you got to go dig on them. You go recruit a kid from any high school, 98% of the people there at the high school, the guidance counselor, the coaches, the principals, are going to tell you everything great about the kid because they want to see him get the opportunity to go on and play college football and get a scholarship. But from 50,000 feet, no, that's a bad look. You read all the reports. You read the restraining order. You read the police report when he was arrested the other night on domestic assault. I think there's a couple things we need to lay out there. Number one, when he was arrested the other night, he wasn't accused of striking a woman.
Correct.
He was accused of making some threats that in the state of Tennessee, rises to the level of domestic
assault.
Mm-hmm. And she obviously felt threatened.
Yep.
And I don't know who would in that situation. If he said what he's alleged to have said, who wouldn't? What female wouldn't feel threatened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As far as the restraining order, there's some awful things in there. And I think in this day and age, not only as a football program, but as a university, when someone says some of the things that he's alleged to have said about shooting up the school, about threatening to kill somebody, you have got to take those things seriously, and you've got to look harder and be as discerning as possible, because people, I know fans get caught up in, can this kid play, or he's being wrong, or he's being falsely accused. Well, you got the entire university to think about. You got all the other students and all the people that work over there that you have got to, again, you've got to do your due diligence and make sure that you know exactly what the facts are. And I think that's what Tennessee's doing right now. But it doesn't mean that there also should be a rush to convict the kid and say, well, yeah, he definitely did all these things that he's accused of doing. Because right now, their accusations in that restraining order. I think they both jointly filed, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then there's the accusations from a couple of the witnesses there at the dorm the other night when he was arrested. So, I think right now it's probably, I don't think we'll see him on the field anytime soon, and nor do I think we probably should, while Tennessee gets to the bottom of what's more important, and that is what's fact, what's fiction, what was said, what wasn't said, and find out if this kid, and this to me is the most important thing, Swain, if this kid does have a problem, if he's crying out for help, my God, let's get him some help.
Let's get him some help, man.
That far outweighs football, right?
Way more important than football. Now, football doesn't even matter right now.
So that's the way my honest assessment of the situation, looking at it. Now, it's harder for me because I do live here. It is my alma mater. But just from a national perspective, and everybody, some people are going to say, he should be going right this second. Some people are saying, well, it's all a bunch of BS. All it is a bunch of accusations. They should have never suspended him in the first place. And you know that. I'm sure you've gotten it from both ends of the spectrum on your show, right? But Tennessee needs to do what it has to do. It needs to follow all protocol and make sure it's doing by the letter of the law, doing its due diligence, and if the kid needs some help, then get him some help. And football is secondary.
Chris, the positive storyline for Tennessee football is that Aubrey Solomon was ruled eligible to play on Saturday against Georgia State.
Yeah, baby! Woohoo! hey, Chris Lowe, did you know that the NCAA is the best organization on the planet? Did you know that, Chris Lowe?
I tell you, these decisions are all moving targets, man. And what do you think? What do you think the folks at Virginia Tech are thinking right now?
I don't know. All I know is NCAA. They're the best. They do a great job. But yeah, I'm with you, man.
And I think that's the frustration of coaches, fans, administrators. And we're not allowed in behind the curtain, so we don't know all the little details, the appeals, and how the appeals are written, and when they're filed, and if these appeals are incomplete. I know in Tennessee, in Solomon's case, the NCAA came back and requested more information. I think that slowed it up a little bit. But there's just all sorts of caveats involved in these matters. And so I guess when we look at it from afar, you asked me about the Bryce Thompson situation from 1,000 feet away. I think when we look at all these things from 1,000 feet away, you look at it and say, well, that's a no-brainer. That kid should be eligible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how come Shea Patterson's eligible? How come this kid's eligible? Well, this kid should be eligible definitely here. And it really isn't that simple. I think the bottom line is, and I'm happy for the kid, I'm happy for Tennessee that he's going to be eligible. I mean, I know they would like to have known months ago or at least a month ago, but he has been practicing. He's been out there. He's been preparing. And if anything, just that he gets now, wow, I get to go, maybe that's a good thing for him. You know, that they've turned me loose. I'm ready to go ball.
I was going to ask you, does it change the way you kind of project Tennessee's season to go this year?
Well, I tell you what, Ben, you know, had he not been eligible and you look at their defensive line, it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, losing Gooden, you don't have any depth at all. And really very few in the middle of the defensive line who've played any meaningful snaps at the collegiate level, the Division I level. So, yeah, I think it helps considerably to have a guy like that who's played, who's big and has some ability, and he was hurt much of last year. But, no, I think that helps. I don't know that one guy like that makes me say, well, they're going to go from being a 5 or 6 win team to an 8 or 9 win team. But I think he gives them a legitimate presence there in the middle of that defensive line that they didn't really have. And in this league, in the SEC, heck, in any league, but certainly in the SEC, if you're lean and thin and don't have, you know, the big guys up front, then it's going to show up in a hurry.
Chris Lowe, ESPN here, ESPN.com. Chris, I feel used and abused. I'm so disappointed that yesterday was the first day that Jared Garantano let us know how to pronounce his name. He let us say his name wrong the whole entire time. I mean, I don't know how to feel, Chris Lowe.
Hey, better late than never, right?
But better late is better. How about that, Ben? You like that? Little Drake lyric right there. I mean, how do you let us say your name wrong for 4 years?
Well, now tell the whole truth. You were there the whole time, and just like remember when Tony Dorsett was at Pittsburgh, he was Tony Dorsett.
Yep.
And then he won the Heisman Trophy, and he went to the Cowboys and became Tony Dorsett. And I hate to tell it on you, I love you like a brother. But you were the same way. You came in USAA All-American, one of the top receivers in the country. You were Jason Swain in high school. You wanted to be called Jason.
Oh, my God.
When you got to Tennessee.
That's not true. That's fake, Chris Lowe. You know it.
Jason. Because I can remember many times, whether it was Brent Hubbs or
this is not true.
Chris or Mike Strange, they'd say, sit down there in the old Leland Thompson Center where we would catch up with you guys, you and Ainge and all of them.
Mm-mm.
And they'd say, now, Jason, and you'd stop. You'd hold you'd be very respectful. You'd hold your index finger up. You'd say, it's just on.
No. So remember the show Family Matters when it was Stephen Urkel, but then he turned to Stephon? He was Cool Daddy, and Laura loved him then, but when he was goofy old just Urkel, that was not me. That was a good story, Chris. That was a good one, man. You know how to make up some good stories, man.
That is pretty wild, though, because I've been doing this a long time. And to have a kid play as much football as Jared's played here, and all of a sudden, oh, by the way, for over a year now, or 2 years, you guys have been all pronouncing my name wrong. But you know what's going to happen? That means now that everybody's got his pronunciation of his last name right, that means he's going to throw like 35 touchdown passes and only about 4 or 5 interceptions this year and have the biggest year of his career.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Yeah.
Speaking of that, and I know we got to get out of here. You asked me about my travels. The one thing I've heard consistently about Tennessee, and I think we already knew this, is how much respect there is out there for Jim Chaney. And I've talked to coaches, not just in this league, but from all over. I mean, I've been all over the place the last 3 weeks. And part of that, Jim's coached in a lot of different leagues. He's coached in the NFL. But his ability to find that mix of run-pass and the fact that he can relate and coach offensive line and quarterback, tight end, And the thing that he does best is get the football to his best guys. And that's what, when you look at Tennessee's offense, I mean, I think there's some pieces in place there to do some things. Now, they got to stay healthy and grow up very, very, very fast in the offensive line because they're going to play both those freshmen. I'm not saying they're both going to start the very first snap, but both Wright and Wanye Morris, I've talked to Jeremy enough to know they're going to play. But I think that's the thing that I keep hearing the most about what a great hire Jeremy made and Jim Chaney. I can tell you that Kevin Steele is a friend of mine. You know, Kevin was in that hunt too. That's the first guy he was going to hire as his offensive coordinator. There are a lot of people that would have liked to hire Jim. So I think that's that, and the fact that Jeremy is recruiting at a level and a kind of kid and going head to head with, you know, the Clemsons and Alabamas and Georgias, and maybe not getting all those guys, but he's getting his share of them. You know, as somebody told me just in the last week, he's recruiting a higher caliber of athlete/football player, the kind of guy that you got to have. You got to continue to stack those kind of kids on top of each other if you're going to win the way Tennessee wants to win.
So, Chris, I'll tell you this story right quick. A couple of weeks ago, my dryer was not drying properly. Okay, it was not heating up, and it was within that year warranty. I got the dryer last September. So I called the place, and person comes out and turns on the dryer. Guess what happened? It's working fine. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, I know I'm not crazy. Like, this dryer was not working. Like, I tried to dry one load of clothes. It took 7 hours to do so. Like, I know I'm not crazy. Well, I say that to say this, Chris. What I've seen in practice is Jim Chaney is night and day better than what we had last year. And what I hope doesn't happen, me saying that, I hope that when Tennessee plays on national television, that the offense doesn't go out there and look like last year. Because I'm telling you, everything that I've heard, just from a coaching staff level, Jim Chaney is the truth. From a player standpoint, Jim Chaney has complete buy-in. Everyone feels comfortable. Everyone feels confident that they're going to put up a lot of points and be really successful. Like, I really, truly feel, just based on what I've seen and heard, that Jim Chaney is going to be really, really good here at Tennessee, and Jared's going to really grow as a quarterback. I just hope I don't have that dryer scenario where they go out there and they prove me
That's
wrong.
a pretty good analogy, Swain. I like that. But I think Jim will do a good job. I really do. And he's such a veteran at what he does. And has a respect. Again, a lot of defensive coaches that I know and I've known for a long time who are really good at what they do tell me that Jim was the toughest guy that they went against because of his ability to do a lot of different things. Now, that doesn't mean Jim's going to come in and all of a sudden Jared Garantano's going to transform into Trevor Lawrence, you know, or you're going to have, you know, all of Alabama's running back or Alabama's receiving core going to replace all your receiving core, and all of a sudden you're going to have 3 or 4 5-star offensive linemen who played for 3 years in the system. I mean, you got what you got, but I do think he is a good fit. I do think that they'll be better. That's not a reflection on Tyson Helton or anybody else who's been here as offensive coordinator over the last few years. But Jim was a really good get for Jeremy, and they paid a ton of money to get him, and that's what. Hey, if you're going to win in this league, you better go invest and reinvest. And Tennessee's done that with Jim Chaney.
That's right. That's right. All right, Chris, man. It is, man, you're going to take up all the show. We got to save some of the show for the callers, okay?
Listen, Jason.
You're hogging the show up like you used to, like you hog all the sausage and cheese at Dead End Barbecue, man.
Jason.
So from now on, when George does all the ads there at Dead End and you guys sort of promo the show, I want to see it Jay, all in caps, and then hyphen son, so everybody knows it's Jason.
I've been thinking about legally changing my first name anyways. I'm definitely going to do it now. I'm changing my first name because
have you really been thinking about legally changing your first name?
Oh yeah, just going by Jay. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that, but
you're right in there. Seriously, from Dorset to Dorset, Theismann to Theismann, Jason to Jason. I mean, you're right there in that same category.
Stop. I can't believe you, man, putting out this fake news. I'm telling your superiors, Chris Lowe. I'm telling your superiors, man. I'm snitching. I'm snitching on you. Chris, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Always look forward to it.
All right, see you. See you next time. Chris Lowe's Time is brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com, specializing in PRP, stem cell, bone marrow stem cell. You know exactly what you're getting with trsportsmedicine.com, Tennessee Regenerative Sports Radio. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, excuse me. It comes from you and it goes right back to you, so you know exactly what you're getting and know the exact level of training involved. trsportsmedicine.com. Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, myself. I'm not trying to say I'm on that same level as far as an athlete, but I've had the same treatment. I've had a knee, I've had ankle work done at Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, and I've had to avoid maybe a surgery, maybe a more serious procedure. 26 years of practicing Dr. Mike Carlson here in Knoxville. He is from Knoxville, so unlike some of the other big seminars that come in town, does work and then leave town. No, Dr. Michael Carlson is right here. So the quality of the work is most important over everything. He lives in Knoxville. Tennessee fan, brother, worked for the University of Tennessee for a very long time, Tennessee football athletics, big reason why Tennessee has success on the football field. So he understands what it's like to be a Vol fan. And he understands athletes at all levels. So if you have knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, give my friend Dr. Michael Carlson a call over there at Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Chris Lowe got me all messed up talking about some Jason.
You know, Jason is really going to throw off Titans Bills. Jason. My good friend Jason.
Got me all thrown off over here, man. What a fake story that was. I can't believe Chris said that on this airwaves. This show is about accuracy. And Chris Lowe just ruined all that. I'm snitching on him. I'm telling somebody. You know who I'm tell? I knew I could tell. I got an idea. Yep, I got you, Chris Lowe. I got something for you, man. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Stay with us. Be right back.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
Do you want a custom themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team. The year's going by so fast. The good news is it's football season. The bad news is, well, there's a bunch of stuff you still need to do this year, like get a health checkup. I recommend Low T Center. You can get all of your levels checked with a $99 complete health assessment. Low T Center exclusively treats men, and they make it quick and easy. Plus, it's covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388, or you can schedule your appointment online at lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 2 here is brought to you by Alumni Hall, alumnihall.com. Friday is approaching, which means College Color Day. All orange. You got to rock your all orange. You can get all of your orange right there at Alumni Hall. Shop online. Shop online. Free shipping with a minimum of $30 purchase. You can do so by using the code WARMUP19 for your online purchase. Turkey Man, got about 30 seconds. Good morning.
Good morning. I did not know you was coached by Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
Jason.
No.
Jason.
Chris Love, man. You can't trust that report. That is inaccurate.
Mr. Miyagi. You think JG telling us how to pronounce the name gonna help me one daggone bit?
Yes.
Yes. So it's like saying guarantee, but it's Garantano.
Gary Tano.
No. Guarantee, but you take off the T. It's Garantano.
Garantano.
There you go. There you go, Turkey Man.
Hey, I guarantee that he better have the line backing him up, or he's gonna be in trouble.
Wait a minute. Did you just say I guarantano that he better have an offensive line backing him up? Did you just say that, Turkey Man?
Now say it 5 times fast.
Garantano.
Yeah, say Garantano 5 times fast.
You gotta say it fast.
Garantano. Wax on, wax off.
There you go, Turkey Man. You got it, man.
You got it.
See ya. There you go.
Oh, Lord. Garantano.
We've been saying this dude's name wrong the whole time, and he hasn't corrected us.
And now I feel awkward saying it the correct way.
He points to the Southern accent. And maybe he just don't feel confident that us Southerners could have figured it out. I don't know which one it is.
If that was the case, he was right.
Well, he might have a point. But that's not the point. That's not the point at all. I mean, the South does have Mississippi. It's like last place in every educational ranking there is.
Last place and the hardest one to spell.
Golly, man. I listen to David Banner. I know how to spell it.
N-I-S-S-I-S-S.
It's crooked letter. Yeah, crooked letter. That song. Anyways, golly, you're so young. 865-255-03. Hour 3 coming up.
For what is coming up on the Swain event.
It's going to be mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny today with a high of 84 and a low of 60. Look for sunshine tomorrow with a high near 82 and a low around 60. The sun hangs around on Friday with a high in the upper 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. B-Dry is celebrating 60 years of protecting homes across the U.S. They are the basement and crawl space experts. There has been historic rainfall in East Tennessee recently. If you are experiencing wet foundation walls, puddles on your floor, or water where your floor and wall meet, then you should call B-Dry. They have over 500,000 customers nationwide. B-Dry gives free estimates for all homeowners, financing is available, and if you mention the Swain event, B-Dry will give you $500 off a full perimeter basement waterproofing solution. Wet basement? Better call B-Dry, 865-588-0454 or online at bdry.com.
We all know that Vol Nation is all over the country. Traveling to games is a fun time for the entire family, but deciding where to stay can be a bit stressful. That's where the Big Orange faithful at the Hampton Inn downtown come in. General Manager Stephen Lawrence and his team go over and beyond to make sure that you have the best stay in their brand new rooms. They have the cleanest rooms in the game, which include flat screen, microwave, and fridge. Not to mention breakfast is included in the room rate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the best part. The Hampton Inn downtown is less than a mile from Neyland Stadium. While you're planning your game day trips, be sure to check out Hampton Inn online at hamptoninn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today.
Hey, Mr. Max, you heard the lowdown? Nah, homie, give me the word on what's going on. Tell them what it is, Big Will.
Max, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit, you get confused, you don't understand why, you start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
It is that time of the show where we talk about Antonio Brown. Because Ben McKee just can't get over Antonio Brown. And maybe it's just Antonio Brown can't get over himself. One of the two. But, Ben, what did Antonio Brown do today?
He's a hypocrite. He contradicted himself. That is what he did yesterday. If I can find my guy Warren Sharp, who always has the information to back up opinions and claims around the NFL. But Antonio Brown, I believe it was a sit-down interview with Michelle Tafoya for Sunday Night Football, commented that he wished he would not have called Antonio Brown out for the interception late last season. He says that ruined a friendship. Antonio Brown saw the video on Twitter, quote tweeted and said something along the lines of, it looks like he has since deleted the tweet. So I can't remember exactly what it said, but along the lines of, we never had a friendship. Quit talking about it. Shut up. Something along those lines. And my guy Warren Sharp at Sharp Football. If you love the NFL, go follow him. He is a must follow for NFL football. He said he tweeted, quoting Antonio Brown's tweet calling Big Ben out. Remember when Emmanuel Sanders left Pittsburgh, went to Denver, and said Peyton Manning was a far better leader than Big Ben? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? You know what Antonio Brown said after Emmanuel Sanders did that?
What did he say?
He publicly criticized Emmanuel Sanders for those comments, saying that was terrible. You don't throw your former quarterback under the bus or current quarterback.
Oh, man.
The guy who makes you who you are.
Wow.
And what has Antonio Brown done all offseason and yesterday? Throw his quarterback, his former quarterback, under the bus, the guy who made him who he is.
That's debatable. But he is a hypocrite because I saw another photo of Big Ben and AB hugging at the Pro Bowl. But they was never friends, though.
But that's none of my business.
Yeah.
Let me sip on my purple Kool-Aid over here with my pinky up. No, I'm not really giving Antonio Brown a for. I think it's funny. No, I'm really not. I'm feeding into your narrative that you have created. My real for what goes to a former basketball coach. Google will not let me read the article because I have to answer a survey first, and now I'm having to look at. God, this is why The Athletic is awesome. You don't have to deal with all this crap. But Indiana University, Purdue University, aka IUPU, Indianapolis men's basketball coach Jason Gardner was arrested on suspicion of operating a vehicle while intoxicated in Hamilton County. According to officials at Hamilton County Jail, Gardner was booked into the jail over the weekend and released every Tuesday on his own. He was taken into custody by the Fishers Police Department. Gardner resigned following the arrest from IUPUI. The athletic director said that we certainly wish him the best. The OWI investigation began around 4:30 a.m. Sunday when police were called to. I give up reading this article. Another ad popped up. It took me away from I give up. Screw this.
You don't want kebabs?
No, I don't want kush kebabs. Barbecue chicken kebabs. And now it's wanting me to read about Indiana treasurer Kelly Mitchell enters 5th district race to replace Susan Brooks. But
man.
my for what goes to this collegiate basketball coach at IUPUI, who I'm sure has tried to preach the gospel to his basketball players of doing the right thing, making good decisions, being a role model for the university, for the family, in the community, and here he is out drinking and driving. You get it for what? For being a hypocrite as well.
The school deserves an attaboy or attagirl for really relieving him of his duties and not being a hypocrite. So
he resigned. So.
Oh yeah, they.
But I'm sure it was a forced.
Oh
resign.
yeah, you better believe it. So before the break, I was kind of rushed to go to break because the top of the hour break is a hard break, so got to be on time. But Mississippi is spelled because if you listen to David Banner back in the day, David Banner is from Mississippi, and he would always spell it out for you. Ken on the text box says, M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I. So that's how you spell Mississippi, which I don't understand. Wow, anybody. Have you ever heard of someone say, hey, man, woo, dude, I've worked hard, 25 years, thinking about retiring. I think I'm gonna move to Mississippi. Have you ever heard anybody say that before?
No. I've heard people say that they are going to go on vacation to Mississippi, and it is solely to go gambling at the casinos in Tunica.
Yeah, that's about it. But like, I've never heard anyone say they're going to retire in Mississippi. Weird.
No. There's a reason for that.
Going to the text box. GBO Rilla says young men get caught up in their love feelings for a young woman. The second recent incident was with a second different young lady than the first. It's a pattern with one common factor, Bryce, bitter truth. Vol Punisher says getting an order of protection put out against you is not hard. I know a 30-year-old male bodybuilder who got an order of protection put out on a 67-year-old woman because she told his wife that he was cheating on her. I would not look too much into the fact that Bryce had a mutual order protection against him, especially since the order was mutually against him and another woman. You telling me I wouldn't look too much into the fact that it was a mutual order protection against him in light of the recent incidents? Come on, Vol Punisher. We gotta look into all of this, man. We gotta look into it. We have to. Nacho says we will see if the school cares about the kids at the university or they care more about perception. Chip Payne says, is it true that the NCAA didn't even ask Aubrey Solomon's mom about her health condition? If that's the case, there really is set rules or procedures as do what they want. to grant players transfers. Let's see here. Folks not happy with old Blake Topmeyer, but he's doing his job. Maybe we're doing it with a little extra sauce.
I did not like the question that was asked on Monday.
That's fair.
But the article that he put out was, folks aren't going to like it, but it was good investigative journalism.
Yeah, man, it was fair. I mean, you open that door when you put yourself in that situation. If you're Bryce Thompson,
and I know it's a whole different incident, different ages, but Zach Smith situation, there's not as much light shed on that and how Urban Meyer went about conducting his business with Zach Smith if investigative journalism is not done.
Yeah, we can't have it both ways. So again, I thought he did his job, but there was a little extra sauce on it, especially with the questioning. I mean, I
didn't like the question.
I did sense that, but at the end of the day, Pruitt's a big boy. He can handle it, and he did handle it. So there's no need to get overprotective. Pruitt is a 40-year-old grown man, head football coach that is coached up how to handle the media. So he'll be okay. Let's go to the phones.
Are you sure you are prepared to go to the phones?
Who we got?
Why don't you just read your text messages?
Yeah, Volstorm.
Look above. Above Volstorm.
Yeah, it's not showing up. Let me check. Let me check on my phone. Hold on.
You have to prepare yourself.
Oh, it's Titans Bill, baby. It's Titans Bill. The real Titans Bill. The real Titans Bill.
The real Titans Bill. Is there somebody impersonating me?
Well, today someone did impersonate you, and I
Probably it was the clone.
No, it wasn't the clone, but I caught on to him, and I gave him a tongue lashing. Titans Bill, you ought to heard it, man. I gave him the business. You'd have been proud of me.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank you,
I
man.
saw you on the locker room, and you looked dapper as always.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I don't wear T-shirts and shorts and sweatpants all the time. I mean, I'll get spiffy when I need to.
There's two things that I want to comment on. I'm glad that transfer out of Michigan is cleared to play.
What? Titans Bill, you know about that?
Yeah.
How did you know about that, Titans Bill? How did you find out?
I learned about it from, I was watching Tennessee Sports Night.
Ah, okay, good, man.
Your competitors.
Oh, hey, my competitors. I don't do a TV show during the weekday.
Himes and Wilkerson.
Yeah, they're not competitors, Titans Bill. Sorry.
Abbott and Costello of Sports Talk.
Man, if you want to look at them at competitors, that's fine. But
okay, and another one. Let's see. And Bryce Thompson, there's this little thing I want to say to you. Use your head for something besides the hat rack.
Good advice.
It was that same thing that got Joe Mixon in trouble. Gave Joe Mixon a bad name. And the one thing that I hate, that really breaks my heart, is for somebody doing something like that. Because what are they doing? Simple, Jason. They're giving themselves a bad name. And that's one thing that I don't like. And I know you don't like it either.
No, I don't.
Now, am I right?
You are right. I will say Joe Mixon was on video punching a girl, and Bryce Thompson did not put his hands on a female here in Tennessee when he was arrested. The restraining order has details that say otherwise. It says that he has done that before, but yeah, I mean, I think you can say about Mixon and Bryce Thompson that there's an issue with females, and hopefully Bryce can get that help so that way we can avoid the situation from happening again, because you never know.
Also,
you never. Well, let me finish this, Titans Bill. Let me finish this. You never know. Bryce Thompson will have a family one day, and he may have a daughter one day, and his whole perspective is going to change. And so he just needs to understand that, and needs people around him to help him understand that. All right, Titans Bill, go ahead.
You know, it tells you something right there. Jeremy Pruitt is not Butch Jones or Derek Dooley.
He's not.
Buddy, he means business.
He does.
He'll kick you off the team. That just goes to show you that, man, he's running the football program the way it should be run.
I like it, Titans Bill.
Discipline.
I like it, Titans Bill. I like the positive energy this morning from you, Titans Bill. I like it, Titans Bill. Thanks for the phone call. Let's bring on Volstorm. Volstorm, good morning.
Jason, Swain, Ben Mackey.
Wait. It's Jason.
Well, first off, can you
Swain.
speak into your phone like a normal person?
Why do I have to continue to put up with you?
I'm just trying to help you out. We
Why?
can't hear you. You sound like you're in the
When
in
will
the bathroom when you
co-host
set the.
experiment end and Seth comes back off of vacation?
Seth is not coming back. He is a family man with 3 kids in South Carolina. He is not coming back. Leave Ben alone.
Guys, there's only one question that needs to be asked. It's not for what. It's not does Ben need an intervention when it comes to AB. The only question needs to be asked is, have we heard anything about Ivy Solomon yet?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. We did. You know, you were the first person I thought about when I saw the news from Austin Price.
You're not the only one.
I thought about you first, man. Oh, dude.
You know, I want to thank Jim Harbaugh, even though he's now going to have his own problems.
Yeah.
I really want to thank the NCAA and the fact that the check is cleared.
Hey! Are you accusing the NCAA of doing something under the table?
No,
Absolutely not, Volstorm. The NCAA
there were no extra benefits in that endowment check to the NCAA. No.
You speak positively when you talk about the NCAA. I'm just saying. I just want to check you. Not today.
I'm praising the NCAA. They have done a good job. They had a thorough investigation of the facts, and they came to the correct conclusion.
Exactly. Good job, Volstorm.
Guys, before I go, you know, if I had played the way JG has the last few years, I'd have changed my last name too. See you, boys!
Oh, you ain't right. You ain't right. Y'all know that boy ain't have any help. I've seen some quarterbacks with less tools look better at Tennessee because they had better players around them. But I won't go there. 865-255-03 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Hour 3 powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Stay with us.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Hey y'all, check it out. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a brand new happy hour special right now that you don't want to miss. Get $2 off of their fantastic barbecue queso appetizer from 2 to 4 p.m. That's queso loaded with your choice of pork, chicken, or brisket and served with Frito scoops. And for the rest of the month, check out their new Pig and Peaches salad for $11. This thing is loaded with salad mix, grape tomatoes, fire-roasted peaches, pickled red onions, pork belly burnt-ends, goat cheese, and topped with a delicious balsamic vinaigrette. Dead End Barbecue. The barbecue surge is over.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a Vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenoknoxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Then look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. All of their bottles and tumblers are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the tumbler market. New this year are their stemless 12-ounce tumblers, perfect for repping your team while enjoying your favorite wine. They also have new 3-in-1 jackets to use as a koozie for a can or bottle, or you can pop a lid on it and use it as a 12-ounce tumbler or coffee cup. Be sure to check out everything Game Time Sidekicks has to offer at GameTimeSidekicks.com. Game Time Sidekicks, helping fans show your colors and carry your team with unique gear you will actually use. We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Friday, September the 6th and Saturday, September the 7th, the WBBL brings to Knoxville Megan Simmons for the first all-girls basketball clinic. WBBL stands for West Bearden Basketball League. This is for players ages 7 to 17. Girls will be divided up by age group and skill. Megan joins WBBL as a 2-time SEC Player of the Year. Megan was an incredible scorer and has a special talent for teaching others to be complete all-around scorers as well. You can sign up for these sessions by simply going to WBBLeague.com. On Friday, there's a group from 6 to 9 p.m. And then on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. More details, go to WBBLleague.com. All girls clinic. Megan Simmons and other former Lady Vols, maybe even some current Lady Vols, will be there in attendance. Can't wait for that. Big thanks to WBBL and their program and organization. They do a great job. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Al from PA said, there goes Swain again, slurping the JG juice. Al, last time you called in, you couldn't even make a compelling argument of why you don't like JG. Shh. When you come with some facts of why you don't like JG, then you can make those statements. But until then, 865-255-03B dry waterproofing hotline.
This new Jason has a different edge to him.
Neil Brown Vol says enough of the Mississippi jokes. Thumbs up. I guess Neil Brown is from Mississippi. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
We apologize.
I'm sorry.
If he does live in Mississippi, we need him to find a way to get down to Starkville and destroy the Mississippi State football program from within. Help us out for that October 12th matchup.
Oh, yeah. We
got to win that one.
Got to win it. Mr. White 865. Yeah, I'm still trying to get connected with BJ Ojolari, Mr. White. I'm still trying to get that interview done, man. Young man has class, has school, has practice. So I can certainly understand how it can be tough to carve out some time. So yeah, we went back and forth last week and talked and the one day he was scheduled that evening he was actually playing a football game. I reached out to him. It was about 8:30ish, and then I get on Twitter like, wait a minute, is that Marietta warming up to play a football game? And they were warming up to play Rome and beat them. That's when you saw the Eric Gilbert one-hand catch in the corner of the end zone. So we'll keep trying with old BJ Ojolari. Vols by 50 says just get rid of transfer restrictions. If any coaches oppose, they need to look in the mirror of how they left their last program or organization. GBO Realist says, I can see it now. Freshman girls were like, hey, you play football. Jason, right? And I'm like, nah, it's Jason. I'm from Chicago. Oh, y'all gonna let Chris Lowe keep this going on, huh?
Yes.
Golly.
And we're going to help him keep it going on.
Go for it, man. Go for it. T and Levi says, in my opinion, Thompson got to go. You know, Papa Phil and Coach Pruitt gave him a shot on the condition of zero tolerance. Maybe. We'll see. Parker says we need a picture of Titans Bill on the website, Swain. Oh, man, there is a picture of Titans Bill. I got to go back and find it.
Didn't Basilio tweet it out one time?
Somebody tweeted it out. I got to find it, man. I got it somewhere. Oh, man. I got to find it. But, yes. Al from PA. Proof is in the last 2 years. How come you're the only radio host besides state-run radio who thinks JG is any good? Well, I guess it's simple. I guess I'm part of state-run radio then, Al. I guess that's what it means. There you go. Simple as that. There you go, Al. Al, you called in and you could not explain to me why you had this level of feeling for JG. You couldn't explain yourself. This is what you're doing. You just texting and sending tweets, but when you call, you can't explain why you feel the way you feel about JG. So I don't care what anybody else says. I go and I look at this dude. I look at how he prepares. I look at him throw the football. I see what the coaches see in him. I'm sorry, I'm not listening to anyone else. Just like I saw Eric Gray with my own two eyes, and then told you what I thought. And then a week later, Banks has moved to linebacker. And then all these reports are coming out about how Eric Gray is this and how Eric Gray is that. Saw my own two eyes. So I see the stuff that's going on around JG. I see the stuff that's going on with the offensive line, the offensive coordinator. The dude won National Player of the Week last year against Auburn. You don't beat Kentucky without JG, but you still on here bash him like he's garbage or something. He's not garbage. The kid's good. He finally has an offensive coordinator in Jim Chaney. He finally has some weapons around him. This is the first time he's had that. So until you can prove to me and explain why you feel the way that you feel, come on, Al, dude.
What is the proof? That's what we need explained. What is the proof?
Al, I love Al from PA the Deaf as a caller. I really do. Listen to the show, I appreciate it. But Al, dude, you sound ridiculous on this JG stuff, man, because you cannot explain why you feel the way you feel. If you can't explain it, then be quiet. 865-250-503 B Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Moody Vol said, what was your reasoning for saying Pitt might not be the best place for Dobbs right now? Well, you're the Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Ben, so why do you feel like it may not be the best place for him?
Because Mason Rudolph has passed him on the depth chart and is well out in front of him, in my opinion. Mason Rudolph has just simply had a better preseason than Dobbs has. There's even talk about the undrafted Devin Hodges, who played at Samford last year. He's an undrafted rookie free agent. He's actually, in some regards, had a better preseason as well, especially in terms of completion percentage. He's been more accurate with the football. Obviously, Dobbs brings something to the room that Rudolph or Hodges can't, and that is his ability to make plays with his legs. But unfortunately for Dobbs, in the NFL, the most important area of your game is you have to be an accurate passer, and Dobbs has not been able to do that consistently. So just based off the quarterback depth chart and his performance this preseason, a fresh start in Indianapolis might be the best thing for him. Although Indianapolis has, another guy similar to Mason Rudolph if he can keep his head on straight, and that's Chad Kelly.
Well, Pittsburgh are in a position where Ben Roethlisberger has been hinting at retiring, and if you're the Steelers, you can't get caught with your pants down like the Colts.
Nope.
And there's more evidence that points to, okay, you better have you a guy in line. I mean, the Colts were lucky enough to have Andrew Luck after Peyton Manning. The Packers were lucky enough to have Aaron Rodgers after Brett Favre retired. I mean, that type of transition doesn't happen. The Patriots have been kind of setting up for the next guy there in New England, and they may have it in Jarrett Stidham, but they went in and they got Jimmy Garoppolo, and now he's a starter in the NFL. So, Dobbs has to show the Steelers that he can be the guy who steps in when Ben leaves. If he is unable to do that, then you really can't blame Pittsburgh for maybe shipping him somewhere else and trying to find that. I still believe Josh Dobbs is an NFL quarterback. I don't care if he's with the Steelers or not. I think he could be somewhere else if he's not with the Steelers. But I hope that he sticks because you don't want to get cut, have to move, and all those things. And he's been so important to that community. But Josh Dobbs can be on the NFL roster as a quarterback. I ain't worried about that at all. 865-250-503 B Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Who we got?
Titans Chris in JC.
Titans Chris in JC.
This is ridiculous, guys.
What you got?
Somebody on the Hill and the NCAA needs to be held responsible because we need a decision on Aubrey Sullivan.
Well, I think we got that.
Oh.
We got that, man. We got that yesterday. Man. Titans Bill was on it though. He knew about it. He watched a TV program, a sports TV program yesterday.
Competitor.
I guess they're my competitor, whatever. But he learned about it. I'm glad he did.
All right, guys. That's all I got today. I hope y'all have a great day.
All right, Chris. Thanks, man. Let's see who else we have. We have
nobody.
A
telemarketer.
Oh, well, sorry.
If you want to talk to them,
you can't get on the show.
They probably want to sell me the same grocery items that website was trying to sell me earlier.
Some kebabs.
Some kebabs.
865-250-503 B Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
The year's going by so fast. The good news is it's football season. The bad news is, well, there's a bunch of stuff you still need to do this year, like get a health checkup. I recommend Low T Center. You can get all of your levels checked with a $99 complete health assessment. Low T Center exclusively treats men, and they make it quick and easy. Plus, it's covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388, or you can schedule your appointment online at lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, Mr. Max, you heard the lowdown? Nah, homie, give me the word on what's going on. Tell them what it is, Big Will.
Mac, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Eight 865-250-503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Vol Girl 92 says, Big Will's commercials work. I get the music from his new one stuck in my head every day.
It's funny hearing, I've said it before, but it's funny hearing the other Ben Franklin commercials around town compared to Big Will's.
Dude. Big Will is a national treasure that must be protected at all costs.
Correct.
No doubt about it. Rocky Top Braille says, Swain, does JG throw that many 50-50s, or are they just underthrown deep balls? His timing on deep balls is my only concern. But if you tell me it's not an issue, I'll believe you. This is what I'm telling you. How in the hell can you connect on deep balls and step in the throws when you're being hit in less than 2 seconds. Does anyone who play football understand that concept? You got to have protection to throw the ball down the field. So in the Auburn game, there were underthrows, there were passes that were less than 40-yard bombs down the football field because you just don't have the time. It takes time to do that. You know why we don't do 5 wide receivers? Because you have a bunch of one-on-one blocks on the defensive line, and you can't do that. It would be great if we can put Juwan Jennings, Marquez Callaway, Josh Palmer, Jaquez Jones,
Ramel
Keaton, all out there at the same time. But you can't because you need protection. We didn't do it when I played. And we had offensive linemen go in the first, second, third round of the NFL draft. I mean, we had NFL players everywhere, and we didn't go 5 wides because you can't do it in this league. You got to have protection. So, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that Jared is like he has arrived and he can't get better. We all can get better, but the criticism that Jared gets, and this is why like I got on Al, like, dude, what are you talking about? Jared has not had an offensive line. He has not had an offensive coordinator. He has not had a defense that allows him to make a mistake and then get the ball back again. Like, if you are a quarterback and you play for a team with a really good defense, you can take a chance. You can take a chance because you know that, all right, whatever, we'll get the ball back. As bad as Felipe Franks played, guess what? That interception didn't mean anything because they got the ball back and they won. If Florida would have lost that game, that pick would have been blown up even more. But Jared has to be perfect. He can't turn the ball over. His stats mirror Justin Herbert, who could have went to the NFL last year.
He was the best quarterback in the country last year when facing pressure.
I mean, I don't understand what folks like Al are looking at. Like, understand the game. But instead, we just listen to anybody who says anything and take it as fact. Like, there's dudes who've played the game who can look at this and go, man, Jared doesn't have a lot of help. Man, he's doing a pretty good job of what he has. I just can't wait till people see him and Jim Chaney.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am, and I hope they don't, stink it up. I really do. I really hope they don't, because that's not what I've been seeing and hearing in fall camp.
And the inconsistencies with the deep ball, it's. I'm not saying JG is great with the deep ball. There are times where he underthrows his wide receiver. There absolutely is. Or he overthrows him. There have been times where he does that, but it's a group effort with the deep ball, and the reason it's been inconsistent because you mentioned the offensive line. It's hard to throw a deep ball when you can't leave your offensive line on an island and block a defensive line or however many pass rushers are rushing the quarterback. You just can't trust the offensive line right now. And then on top of that, T. Martin has also been emphasizing wide receivers getting downfield. And the wide receivers have not been a good part of getting to where they need to be in order to be where they need to be, where JG is throwing the football. And that's why you see some of the overthrows. That may not necessarily be true with the underthrows, but with the overthrows, a lot of it is because the wide receivers have been doing too much dancing at the line of scrimmage, looking back at the football, and not getting downfield. And T. Martin and Jim Chaney have really been emphasizing that with the wide receivers in the spring and in the fall, and I know you've talked about it on a couple of different occasions.
So on the locker room now, I get on the board and I break down the play. Okay, I get on the video board, draw a bunch of lines, and break down the play. And the play I broke down last week was not from obviously the season, because the season doesn't start until Saturday, the first game, but it was more like a season overview of what needs to happen for this team to be successful. And protecting Jared was kind of the theme of the segment. So the play I drew up was a 4 wide receiver set with a running back in the backfield. Okay? This was against Alabama. It was 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10. You had to the boundary 2 wide receivers, and they were basically stacked. Okay? To the field, you had 2 wide receivers, but they were in a normal alignment. One was wide, one was in the slot. Alabama had 3 DBs covering the 2 stacked wide receivers. And 2 of the DBs were basically stacked themselves. So the alarm goes off in your head that a blitz is coming. It's 3rd down and 10. So if you've done your homework on that team, you know that, okay, on 3rd down and 10, they usually bring the blitz. So you already have kind of an understanding of what they do on 3rd down. So you already should be on blitz alert. It's 3rd down and 10. That's first thing. Second thing is, whenever someone in front of you as a wide receiver and then you see a safety come over the top and stand directly behind the person that's over you, guess what's about to happen? The person over you is getting ready to blitz. Why? Because the safety has to come over the top and take his responsibilities because he's going on a blitz. That's football 101. You know that. Okay? That's what happened on the weak side. What happened on the strong side was the right guard completely whiffed. Didn't block the guy right in front of him. This was a tackle. Defensive end, defensive tackles, a big boy on the front 7. So the right guard completely whiffs. Guess who has to block an Alabama defensive lineman now? A running back. A running back. So a running back now has to block a defensive lineman. Also weak side, the left guard steps with his inside foot and checks pressure inside, but misses the corner who's blitzing. By the time he turns around, by the time his eyes gets around to the corner, it's too late. So there's 2 free rushers coming at Jared. That was a play that was a sack fumble, and Alabama recovered. It was that play last year right here, and Alabama went down and scored. There's all type of things wrong with that play. My first question about that play, what is being taught to Jared? Because Jared should have known, okay, this is a blitz coming. 3rd down 10. He should be high alert. Wide receivers should have been pointing at the guy. You short side to the field, anytime someone is pressed on you, you're supposed to be pointing, let the quarterback know, hey, this guy could possibly come. Check for this guy. That didn't happen either. The line had 2 blown assignments, which made the running back have to guard a defensive lineman. So you know what that tells me? The offensive coordinator and the entire offensive philosophy is not right. Because you can't tell me that Jared, the wide receivers, offensive line, all messed up because their position coach don't know what they're doing. That tells me there is some confusion. There is a lack of understanding of how to attack the blitz. There's a lack of awareness. You know who creates that awareness? It's the offensive coordinator. That play alone let me know, like, man, the coordinator was not ready for this type of football. And I'm sure Tyson Helton knows football and can be a really good coordinator at some point. But he was out of his league last year. He really was. And Pruitt didn't help him. I'm not blaming entirely on Tyson Helton. Pruitt didn't handle things the best way either. Pruitt's growing as a head coach. This is why he brought in Jim Chaney. You don't have to worry about that stuff. But people look at that play, and guess what people get on the message boards and say?
Jared Garantano.
He can't count.
Can't count.
He can't count. How you not know the blitz was coming? Dude, 2 people on the offensive line totally whiffed. The running back is guarding a defensive tackle. What running back you know can guard defensive tackle besides Derrick Henry? Because we don't have a running back on our roster that can guard defensive tackle. Not one. So that's a matchup.
Not even Alvin Kamara.
That's a matchup nightmare. No, you don't have enough girth to stand in front of a defensive tackle who has a 5-yard head start.
No.
You're going to get yourself trucked and hurt.
Every single
badly.
time.
So then you had a left guard in space trying to block a corner. He just ran right around him.
Yeah. It's the easy thing to do is to blame Jarrett Garantano. It is the easy thing to do. And do I believe in Jarrett Garantano? Yes. But that doesn't mean that I am just all gung-ho and think that he is this marvelous quarterback. I just think the jury should still be out right now. We haven't seen him in a good enough scenario to have a firm judgment on him. That's the boat that I am. I think he is capable of being a really good quarterback given the resources. And at Tennessee, on and off the field, he has not been given the resources. Just because we are optimistic about what Jarrett Garantano can do this year doesn't mean that we're part of state-run radio or whatever Al from PA
he said that only people who've been saying positive things, and I don't even know if that's true, but he says, how come you're the only radio host besides state-run radio that thinks JG is any good? Really?
Right. Just because we think just because we're optimistic he can have a good year doesn't mean that we're state-run radio. And I don't say that as a dig towards the other station. I'm just saying, why does it have to be state-run radio?
No, he's not.
Or anything like that.
No, he's not saying we are. He's just saying that how come we are the only ones and state-run radio. I don't think he's saying that we are state-run radio, which that doesn't sound good for folks who are saying that JG is not any good. If folks are saying that, then they better get a rude awakening because he finally has offense coordinator. He finally has weapons around him that are mature and healthy, and the offense line should be a little bit better. So if all those folks who said that JG wasn't eating good, they about to look really, really bad. Not saying that he's going to light the world on fire. Who knows? I hope he does. But to say someone's not good, that's a lazy take. I'm sorry. All right. Got to keep it moving. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's go to the phones. Let's get to – nope, he's not there.
Chip dropped off. So
Chip drop. Oh, Chip.
So if
lazy
you can,
Chip.
Give us a call back.
Yeah, Volstorm says state run Swain event. Yep.
We're just carrying water.
That's what we do, man. That's what we do.
Now that I've drank all my purple Kool-Aid,
I got my water right here.
I went and filled it back
and
up with
orange.
water.
I'm carrying big orange water right here.
Mine's white, but it says University of Tennessee on it.
Yeah, mine says UT Foundation.
Yep,
so.
just carrying this water. I think I'll actually use this water bottle in the press box on Saturday.
Oh, man, that's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. Yeah, UT doesn't help the Swain event at all. Zero. Negative.
That.
Negative. So, no. Anyways, so yeah, go back to that one play, 3rd down 10. Tennessee is going toward the jumbotron. I want to say it was in the first half. 3rd down 10. It was on the sack fumble. Go look at that play. That is an example in a nutshell of the offense of all last year. It ain't just one person. It's multiple people that messed up.
That was the case all last season.
All last year.
So I don't understand how you can have a firm opinion on Jarrett Garantano.
There you go. Said it right.
God, that does not sound right.
All right, going back to the text box. I can't believe we had to do that 3 days before kickoff. Chip Payne says, JG has gotten hit so many times, he actually forgot how to pronounce his own last name. Alpha PA, dude, this is not a good day for you. He says, more weapons? What, Gray? I'll give you the OC, but his weapons are the same as last year. So Callaway, 4.6 40 of last year is the same as 4.4 flat 40 this year. Dominic Wood Anderson, first year of college football. So Dominic Wood Anderson, Tyson Helton's going to be the same as Dominic Wood Anderson with Jim Chaney? That's the same? So he's going to be the same player? Same
According
player?
to Al, yes.
Ty Chandler separated himself from the pack
Adding
this year.
muscle.
This year, when last year Tim Jordan was thought to be the guy, and there was a bunch of confusion about who's going to be the running back. Ty Chandler has clearly separated. He's the same player. He's the same player.
Yes.
Josh Palmer, the same player.
Yes.
So everyone's the same player.
Yes.
Okay. But Al says he coached football though. Al, come on, man, you gotta be better than this. You can't do this, Al. You're not the same player. Yeah, do we have some of the same personnel? Yes, but we have different players. You know that strength coach they're paying $600,000 to get the guys bigger and stronger faster? He actually did that. So, no, they're not the same players. Al, come on, man. You better than this. You are better than this, man. I really hope you're just joking around. This is not a good look. Let's go back to the phones.
We got Chip and Jackson.
Chip and Jackson, good morning.
I'm back. Hey.
Hey, Chip, what's up, man?
Good deal. I'll try to keep it real quick. I just wanted to, first of all, thank you for your insight. You know, you've been there and you've done that, so I appreciate you kind of giving that perspective. It's kind of hard to find that, these days. So, awesome with that.
It's about hot takes today. It's about the hot takes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And secondly, I guess the good Lord is teaching us ball fans about patience, right?
Correct.
I don't know if there's any other fan base that has to be as patient as Tennessee. I mean, you can go back as far as us waiting for them to fire Butch Jones, right? And I'll be the first one to admit I kind of got on that Butch train when I kind of saw some things, that I liked as far as, kind of him being, seemingly militant and all that good stuff. And then we really kind of found out what all was really going on behind the scenes, and just a bad fit. And, not to be ugly, but, glad that's over with. But it took some time, right? And everybody was waiting. We had to wait on that. Then, next thing you know, we're waiting on the head coach. That takes forever. And we have to wait on, J.J. Peterson. And then it's the OC. And it's just, and now Aubrey. I mean, it's just been, things have been turning out right. I mean, the things we've had to wait for, they've been good, I think. That's just my take. So I think that, like I said, it's about being patient. And then lastly, Mississippi State. Y'all touched on it, I believe, yesterday on the suspension. Am I right in that there's 11 players that are unidentified that are going to have to serve 8-game suspensions? And if that is true, how do you think that? But obviously, I think that would bode well for us when we play them. I'll hang up and listen, guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
They are 10 Mississippi State football and basketball players, and none of the players have been identified just yet. But the football players that will have to miss time, I believe. There's a certain percentage of games that they have to miss, and I believe something around 70% of the year they have to be suspended for, which results in 8 games. So those players aren't identified, but it's 10 football and basketball players, so just not identified yet which ones are the football players. I guess the ones who aren't playing this weekend will be identified.
Come on, NCAA. Suspend them all. Suspend all the good players for us. Since, we tight with you now. Tennessee, NCAA. We all on one team now, right?
One team, one dream.
That's right.
Team NCAA. Hashtag Team NCAA.
You got about 20 seconds of nice talk about the NCAA, and then tomorrow's back to normal.
Nope. I said I'd never say another bad thing about them.
Well, you speak for yourself. I am. 865-250-503 is always our telephone number here on the Swain event. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Peace and love. We are out.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com.
High in the upper